Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 102 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are talking about some minor automations I've done in between episodes and getting our Swamp Homi set up and automated with Nature's Aura. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where our iron golem conglomeration here is kind of taken over. Amosa's still hanging out. Mr. Carroll's back hanging out with us. But we have a new Sandy the Cooperative. And yeah, look, we got over here. And AFKing is... it's a little bit iron golem spammy, I guess. I wonder how many iron golems are actually like over here. Because, you know, these villagers are just chilling. They're all stuck here. As I need them, I'll pull them and everything. Well, those ones are guards now anyway. But, yeah, look, we got Shane the Scant over here. And we just have, you know, iron golems being spawned in. There's Ronald the Cloudy and everything. And, yeah, all kinds of iron golems. Anyway, today we are going to work on things. So I AFK'd for a little while. Still having issues with this thing getting stuck every once in a while. Don't know what's up with that, but... whatever, it's okay. We're gonna move on from that at some point, and it's fine for now. Over here for our Ritual of the Forest, our automation here is kind of sort of well, it's not gummed up, we're just stuck here. I swapped over to using a dispenser here instead of a deployer. Or I'm sorry, a router, because the router kept putting stuff on this block and then using it, and then it was not working well. So, you gonna grow? Does Twisted Sapling require more dirt? No, this has worked already. Yeah, why won't you just grow? Just grow, buddy. You don't need fanciness. Just grow. Tree fertilizer? Oh, I remember this didn't work last time, did it? There it goes. But it doesn't work. Tree fertilizer doesn't work for this whole setup. So, yeah. Don't know what's going on here. I don't even remember having this craft kicked off or anything before I had left. Something funky happened on world load there. I don't know what's going on here. This thing, it should be working. Twisted Sapling should not have an issue growing on one single grass block. This is not my first time doing this recipe here. We also need to, very quickly, before I go crazy, dispenser. Goodness gracious. Okay, anyway, so what I did was switch over to a dispenser here because the modular router kept getting stuck with that bone meal issue, that it just kept putting bone meal onto the stand, and then it was messing up crafting and everything. It turns out, it was mentioned that there is a downgrade. I did not know this. There's a range down augment that we can add to a like an activator or whatever, so that we can, you know, instead of having it go out, because I believe it goes out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it can interact with this block. We could just put the range down augment and be perfectly fine with it, but the dispenser works. So what we have is a redstone link sitting on the top of it, and then just a redstone link down here with a pulsar, or an RF Tools timer that's just pulsing every 20 ticks or so. A new addition down here is going to be the entangled blocks, and I made a couple extra imperceptible builders as I was doing crafts and the gold powder. These entangled blocks are linked here. As I was doing the craft, and I kicked off because I made the tokens, the token of fear, token of sorrow, and all that stuff. I made, you know, enough of them for us to be able to do the thing. The gold powder was barely keeping up in the craft process. Like it really could not keep up with placing before the sapling was planted and everything going. So I added 3. So now when we break this, it actually, yeah, let's make sure we do the gold powder. It'll place 3 at a time because there's 3 imperceptible builders, and it works much faster now, which is great. That's what we want to see happen. Okay, so that's doing its thing. It's working well. I don't know why it was jammed up, but that's a world load issue. If I request something, it should go through. There wasn't even any, you know, there wasn't a craft even queued, so I don't know what the heck that was about, but we're good to go here. Other automations that I have set up in between episodes. If we pop up top here to our nice hammock, you know, this is our in-between level where our astral sorcery, and then here, I have sitting up over here a modular router and a hopper. And what this modular router does is it makes us clouds in a bottle. So I have it set up downstairs. Everything's entangled, but I have it set so that if we get clouds in a bottle, it will put bottles in here and then use them. I don't know what my throttle number is though, so let's just pull these out. Maybe the system doesn't have a crafting upgrade and it can't make these. That's a possibility. I keep forgetting to put craft upgrades. But anyway, that'll make clouds in a bottle for us. Let's go over here. Cloud in a bottle in. It'll make bottles. Guarantee we're out of bottles. Yep. And we don't have a crafting upgrade. So let's get craft upgrade. I have 3 of them in here because I was going to work on another project, but I completely forgot to do it. Or no, it wasn't going to work out for us. I was going to automate the, with this exact same setup that we have here for cloud in a bottle, this guy, I was going to automate the production of the bottle of darkness, bottle of ghosts from nature's aura. These guys, but I figure, you know what, I can just hand make these. I don't know if I need necessarily these automated. And since I don't have refined storage wireless yet, making the bottle darkness and the bottle ghost will be kind of a pain in order to set up a detector to turn them off and everything. So I just said, forget it. Cloud in a bottle. Are we out of glass? No. Okay. There it goes. So it's doing the thing and it makes a cloud in a bottle and then it just gets caught in this hopper. Bam. And then gets input into the system. Perfect. And then there we go. So now it's going to stop because we have a detector down there that apparently looks like it's stuck at 250. I don't know why one of these randomly decides to get stuck in there sometimes, but it's working perfect. It's working perfect except for the thing that's not working perfectly. Okay, so that is the cloud in a bottle automation. What else did I set up in between? Oh, I automated our Glyph press because in order for us to get I've been making iron crafters, and in order to do so we need Wixie charms, which require Glyph of craft and everything. Lots of stuff here that we need for this. And so I went ahead and similar concept to how we've automated everything in this pack. Basically, you know, we entangle the main block, input items, pull items out. So we have this here. The only caveat with the Glyph press is that it is sided. So our input, our crafter is set to input items into this barrel, and so it'll input. Let's actually request a Glyph of craft. So the clay goes here, and then the second item goes into the top here. It's going to do its craft. It's going to eject. Boop. And then underneath it, I have a hopper, or I'm sorry, I have a modular router with speed upgrades to pick up the item, and then it gets passed through into our system. And again, all of that is set up down here. These are all just expansions of crafts that we've already done. It's just as I get to things, I'm like, oh, we need to automate our Glyph press. Oh, we need to automate this. Oh, we need to automate that. So I set this up, and the Glyph press is the exact same way that we have everything else. Oh, well, that we have our pulsed upgrades. Inserts pulse with our pipe and a comparator set to a redstone link to pulse our actual crafter here. Same thing here with our ritual of the forest. I had mentioned that we were going to set this up, and I did. Bam, it's set up down there as well. So we are good to go. And yeah, as I find things like this that I need to automate, I am, because well, we need to automate them and everything. And it's just little minor things that, you know, I don't need to do on camera. It's just things that we've already done before. It's just with a different machine. I'm also slowly trying to work on replacing our crafters with iron crafters. I'm not making regular crafters anymore if I can avoid it, at least until I run out of essence, which is going to be soon. We're starting to slowly run out of experience in here. And outside of that, I don't think there's anything else that I automated or added to our system here. The only other thing that you guys may not have seen is the beehive. Remember that day I AFK'd? Oh yeah, over here too we have some stuff. That I AFK'd for like 18 hours. Yeah, this chest had filled up with the mana honeycombs and the clockwork honeycombs. And so I entangled this and have an importer set up to import just those things into our system. So we get clockwork honeycombs and we're getting mana honeycombs that I've been slowly converting over to blocks as I can, because that's what's making our, you know, it makes our mana steel for us. Yeah, so that's doing that. And then lastly, I turned this thing back on so we can create cobblestone. But as you can see, I put some blocks of diamond. One of the things that is used a lot for some crafting recipes is Shiver stone from the Undergarden. So I decided to figure out, how do we make Shiver stone? Like, what's our way to make this? And there is what is called cobble ginning, of course. But there is also, if I can find it here, maybe I can find it. Can be generated in a vanilla cobblestone, block of iron below it. I don't know where it's at. Anyway, there's somewhere in JEI that you can search for. But a vanilla cobble gen like we have here, if you put a block of diamond down, you get certain items. If you put a block of iron down, you get other items. And then over here, we have a cobble gen, which apparently jammed up with this cobblestone here. Don't know how that got there. But anyway, Shiverstone is placed down here, and then a vanilla generator, cobble gen, will make you your Shiverstone as long as the block that's below it is the block that you want to create. And then this modular router is just set with a breaker and a sender, which sends it straight to this wormhole. So now if we look at Shiverstone, we have 2.6 thousand of it. We're doing pretty good, and we don't have to worry about it. Plus, we're getting a bunch of other stuff like sandstone. We're getting, just random stuff that is coming from those diamond blocks that I have in here. And then our cobble gen's running, and it'll just turn off when it doesn't need to. We've had this thing set up, and I haven't been using this create stuff over here. So I figured, hey, let's turn it back on and then let it run. So anyway, today what we need to work on is a couple different things. First off, we're going to continue where we left last episode, and I want to go ahead and make my swamp homie. I can remove Shiverstone from our to-do list. The swamp homie is what we're going to use to produce aura up in our natural altar. So then once we get that done, we can go ahead and actually start automating things like mana powder. Mana powder can be automated in our natural altar with a source gem and a crumbling catalyst, and that'll get us 4 mana powder. But I don't want to automate this stuff yet, because if I do, we're going to run out of an aura up there very quickly. And the only other way to get mana powder is source gems, breaking up source gems and stuff. So, we need to automate mana powder. I want to get to the, we need to get that going. We need to automate other stuff that that can use aura. And then from there, we'll be able to get our terrestrial agglomeration plates, get our pedestal upgrade for crafting, which is going to require some pixie dust. So then we can generate stuff. Once we get the portal to Alfheim open, we can actually use this pedestal upgrade to generate the mossy cobblestone that we're going to need by just placing a vine below it. For now, we're going to use our fluid encapsulator, but we'll eventually switch this over because this creates infinite. It literally just generates mossy cobblestone by putting a vine in there plus this upgrade. So we're going to eventually switch over to this, which is why it's on the to-do list, but we'll get there at some point. And then the last thing that I want to talk about here before we start working is our advanced black hole tank. I taught the system how to make these things, and I am going to start switching over our system to using these advanced black hole tanks instead of using the fluid cells that we have from thermal now. It's a little expensive, requires 32 buckets of experience, and then it's got our pink ender slime and all that stuff, which we have. We set all this stuff up past episodes and everything, but I want to start switching over to these because these can hold 65,000 buckets of any fluid versus the 896 that we're capping out on some of our stuff. This is 65,536 buckets. So we'll add these and start replacing some of our stuff like our water. And then as we get to things that we're going to need for sure, we'll start swapping them out for the advanced tanks. And again, similar with our iron crafters, we will only start setting things up with the advanced black hole tanks instead of going with the other stuff. That way we can, 65,000 is a lot. But anyway, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and work on getting our swamp homie set up. So in order to do so, we should have pretty much everything that we need for this, except for mossy living wood planks, which is living wood planks, which we can just grab a stack of those. That's you. Bam. And you know what? We're going to actually make 2 of these because I'd like to set one up in the nether too. I don't know if we can set one up in the nether, but it would be nice to do so. That way we can regenerate the aura over there because it ain't doing too good either. We need a glyph of wither, which is mythical clay, and a wither skull. I believe I may have mythical clay taught to the system. Yes. How it's made, I don't remember. Oh, just dropping that on a sunstone mana pool. Perfect. But we have some, so we don't need to do anything with it. And you know what? This is a perfect opportunity for us to automate. Wither Glyph of Wither. So this is how we automate it. Mythical clay and a wither skeleton skull, but it's going to throw the glyph over here. So we just need to do this. And then, yeah, that should be that. Now, wither skulls, we can go ahead and tell it that wither skull fragments is also how those are made. We do have wither skull fragments in the system because we're farming them along with the actual skulls themselves. Let's see here. Scroll down. And we are looking for our glyph. Oh, I also automated the cooking pot. Glyph press. Perfect. So now we have mythical clay, so we can get the 2 of these guys, and since it's set up to a pseudo blocking mode, we should get both of those coming in fairly simply. So that's that, and then we just need to make our token of terror and our token of grief. So if we grab these, and if I remember correctly, it was 16 of each that we can do at a time. So we need this, and then we need the spirit of calling. So we're going to do 2 of these. And you know what? I don't want to use all of them, so let's do 8 and 8 and see if that works. I'd like to have some in the system. Yes, it's automated. I can make more and everything, but I'd rather just not have to. No, you know what I'm saying? Are we good to go here? Because there were some flowers that were broken and missing, so I'm not 100% sure, but we'll just go ahead and add those and add those. Oh, we can only do any 1 item at a time. Really? So it's still going to cost me 2 spirits of calling no matter what. So I guess I'll do the other. And then that way we have them all done. Okay, sure. No. Give me those. I only want 1. Whew. I think I have to throw it, right? Oh, no, buddy. That and then that. There we go. And then the stuff should fall from the sky, right? Hello. There we go. So there's our tokens of grief, and then our token of fear. Same thing. Just drop that. Let's get out of here so we don't get electrocuted while we're waiting. Yeah, we'll just snipe that guy out. Perfect. Token of terror. And I think for quests-wise, Nature's Aura, we need to collect a token of Euphoria. Do I have any Euphorias? No, and we don't have enough tokens of joy to actually justify it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so there's 2 tokens of terror, 2 tokens of grief. How do we make this? This is a ritual of the forest. What am I doing? We're going to automate this, of course. What's the point of me setting up all these automations and then picking up the items to manually do this? So let's teach the system how to make a swamp homie. Bam. And we want to put the sapling last. So Mr. Twisted Sapling, you're going to go last. And then Mr. Swamp Homie is going to come out of here. Swamp Homie is going to go here, and that's how we make a Swamp Homie. So if I request this, we'll see what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on with this Twisted Sapling acting all funky. But theoretically, if we come over here and I request this, this should be good to go. It shouldn't have to craft anything. Everything should be available. Yeah, what's going on? There's something with that world load. There's something going on. We need to pulse. What was that? Oh, that was that. It looks like it got out of sync, and so we need to actually come over here and pulse this because it's not inserting the next ingredient. So we'll just do this again, and now it should be okay now that we reset it. Yeah, something got flubbed up there on the world reload. I don't know if I ended it in the middle of a craft or something like that, but it should be okay now. The Twisted Sapling should theoretically grow. Using a lot of bone meal here, though, buddy. Yeah, we're using a ton of bone meal, and it's not doing it. Okay. So it seems like it wants to grow. It wants to grow out, but that's going to mess up my automation, man. And this is all we can do. We can't go any farther out here, Captain. Like, grass block. Grass block. Literally, this worked yesterday. I don't know why it's being a jerk now. And tree fertilizer doesn't work. It won't do it with tree fertilizer. Yeah. It doesn't recognize the growth with tree fertilizer. Okay, let's just get rid of the dispenser for the moment. We're going to put a grass block back here. Oh, goodness gracious. Are you kidding me, buddy? There it goes. It literally, I don't know. It wants those clear, but it doesn't, yeah, it wants those blocks to be open, but it didn't grow that way. So I don't know what the heck the problem is. Also, I wanted you to get picked up and go into the system to complete the craft. Let's request another swamp homie and see if it works now. Oh, we're out of infused sentimental ingots. Okay, well, forget it then. Maybe we will set up our modular router again. This guy that had the activator module, but we'll get those downgrade augments. This will make 4 of them. So if I were to place this here, and we place this here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I say, hey, no, it doesn't go there. It goes there. It goes there. Oh, it doesn't go into the... We can't put it into reduces range of modules by 1 block per augment. Yeah, but it won't go in here. Clickety, clickety, clickety. Doesn't go in. So it doesn't even make a difference. But now 1, 2, 3, 4. It shouldn't place bone meal there. To your front. Yeah, but look, now it's not bone mealing that thing at all. I don't know what to do here. Now it's going to bone meal. And now look, now it grew fine. Maybe the dispenser bone mealing was what's freaking it out. But look, now it's going to place the bone meal. Well, it didn't do it this time, but it places the bone meal on that stand. But I can't put a range down augment in here. It doesn't accept them. We'll have to see. We'll have to see next time we craft something how it works out. But anyway, we got our swamp homie. Let's go ahead and pop up here. We're going to go ahead and actually go back home. We need to teach the system how to make mossy cobblestone. So for now, like I said, it's going to go into our fluid encapsulator, and any sort of cobblestone will be fine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Fluid encapsulator is here. And then we're going to pop up top to our wizard tower. So what we need to do is set up an automation up here so that we have a modular router. Or 2. We can do 2. That should be fine. So we're going to have one modular router face here, and then one modular router face, where is center? Here. And then we're going to have our swamp homie. And go ahead and sit right here, right? And so what one of these is going to do, this is going to have a placer. And then one of them is going to have a breaker. I should teach the system how to make this, but it's also dependent on which kind of pickaxe you use. I generally use an iron pickaxe. That also determines how fast it's going to go. We could use diamond. I guess we have plenty of diamonds. I don't know why I don't just use diamonds, but whatever. And a void module from you. Because we don't need this cobblestone back. Like, we have infinite being generated. It's not too big of a deal. So you're going to be a breaker module, and you're going to be a void module. You're going to only break cobblestone. Whitelist of cobblestone. And then you are going to place mossy cobblestone. And then we'll set up a importer on this. So it's going to place mossy cobblestone in front of it, not above it, but that's okay. We'll manually break that one. And then this should break in front of it and then void it out. Perfect. And then that's going to generate aura for us. And this will just run basically infinitely. So we're going to just grab our entangled binder, bind it here. We're going to pop back home and do the thing. I still have not remembered. That's why I've been doing that more often, because instead of just remembering I moved my elevator, I just don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and get an exporter with a crafting upgrade. and a entangled block. Do I have any extras available? No, we can just craft one up though. I've been slowly just popping over to Item and grabbing some Nebu. We need to get an excavator set up, but it is what it is for now. And a sign. Thank you. So this is going to be Mossy cobblestone in. Oh, and cobblestone doesn't fit, so Mossy cobble in. Exporter with a crafting upgrade of Mossy cobble. And there we go. That literally should be everything that we need to do. So if we pop up to our wizard tower, it should be doing the thing, and aura should be being generated fairly easily. So Mossy cobble comes in, Swamp Homi eats it, and turns it into aura. And over time, slowly, it's just going to maintain our aura in this area. It's not the fastest thing in the world. The Swamp Homi can actually operate in, I think it's like got a 5x5 area. So you could really set up a bunch of things. And you also probably could set a only one router to do this. If we were to put this over here, you know what? No, because it won't pick up. Yeah, that's going to be the issue. Since this is importing into this, it won't pick up the cobble and void it. But yeah, look, there we go. It's working. Our aura is slowly generating. Look, we're almost already back at half, which means we can now begin working on automating this. So we kind of sort of have it set up already a little bit. I'd like to, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. So basically what we need to do is we're just going to set this as an input. So items will come into this barrel, get sucked out, and then this will be our output, same as we have over there. So we're just going to get 2 entangled blocks. There's those. And then we just got to bind these. And that's going to be our nature's aura automated, because we already have this set to pull and send, and then pull and send. Now, this does have a whitelist of what it's allowed to pull. I wonder, is that necessary? Does this have a second inventory where it will only do the thing if it's got a craft done? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, it does. So this will craft and then this will pull. So we don't even have to whitelist this. What should happen is this will turn into a warding stone and it'll end up in this barrel. In theory. And then for our nether crafting altar, all we have to do is we'll use ender chests for that. Instead of using entangled blocks, we'll set up ender chests. Yep, look, it does the thing. So this does have a output slot for everything, and then warding stone is made. Perfect. Now, the other question that I have with Nature's Aura, if I set the transmutation catalyst and the crumbling catalyst up, do I need to swap those out depending on the craft that we're doing? I don't know. Also, do I need to turn the Swamp Homi off? I know that there's an aura detector and everything, but once we get to, like, does it really matter? We're not using a lot of stuff for this. We are probably using quite a decent amount of water. But we're just getting that water right back. It's 500 millibuckets per. The only problem is that it's probably keeping our fluid encapsulator like used all the time. But we're gonna work on getting that fixed, and maybe we should set up a dedicated fluid encapsulator for this for the interim. Let me add that to my to-do list. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and kick the craft off, and I'm still gonna add it to the to-do list. I'll set up a dedicated one that just has the mossy cobblestone. That way we don't have to worry about that part of it taking over, because then other crafts aren't going to be able to sneak in and complete, or it's just going to slow our crafting down overall. But yeah, that's automated and aura generation. Look, we're already at about the halfway point and we're good to go. So like I said, I don't know if I really need to set up an aura detector and shut this off. It's gonna get to eventually a positive aura, but each one of these aura generators can only get to a certain point. It's not like this is going to get us full on aura. It has a cap on how much it can do, from what I understand. And then it's just, we're going to be wasting cobblestone really, but is it really a waste? We have a generator there. We have infinite water back there. So like, does it really make a difference? I'm not 100% sure. I'd like to set this up in the nether as well. So we're going to get ender chests. And we'll just have 2 ender chests made. We're missing lumium plates, apparently. I need to teach the system how to do that. But I'll make 2 ender chests, and I will set up a very similar thing as this in the nether. And hopefully the Swamp Homi can work in the nether. I have no idea. never tried it. Nature's Aura is not my my most loved or favorite mod in the world, so I kind of sort of avoid it, to be honest, in a lot of things. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.